There is no such thing as self-love without self-acceptance. And the only way you can have self-acceptance is when you forgive yourself. How can you forgive yourself? When you start looking at yourself through the eyes of your Creator, that who you believe or resonate with created you with love, with compassion. For me, my Allah who created me explains to me in his book, the Quran, he molded the human being into the best and beautiful form, and he himself is very proud of his creation. So when we think about that, we realize that we individually have been molded and carved by the Creator. Every single thing within you, every single experience, every single human being you've met, everything was the qadr of Allah. When we believe that all is from Allah and all belongs to Allah and all will return back to Allah, we recognize the love in those statements of Allah, because he's already telling us that no matter what you do, no matter who you become, no matter how you behave, you belong to me and I to you. Whatever you do, I will always love you and will always want you to come back towards me. He calls himself Rahman and Rahim, the most forgiving, the most loving. If he is the most forgiving and he has created us and we have done something wrong that we are unable to forgive ourselves for, he says, come to me and I will forgive you. For my session tomorrow, for my zikr art healing session that I run online, which you can attend if you feel called to and my energy resonates with you, is going to be inspired by the name Ya Tawwab. At-Tawwab is the forgiveness that enables you to turn away from grudges and perceived individual defects towards the perfection of Allah. What this means is that you need to learn to overlook the perceived individual defects that you see in yourself, because that is what Allah is going to also overlook. All the things that you perceive that you've done bad, sinful mistakes are all taking you towards the path of Allah. When you feel the guilt, the regret, the resentment, all of these emotions are being felt within your being because you know you've done something that is not pleasing to your Allah. Allah is saying to you in those moments when you are feeling the guilt, resentment and regretment that I am Ya Tawwab. When you come into the space of understanding that Allah is all forgiving, no matter how big your sins are, when you turn to Allah with a sincere heart, He hears that forgiveness and He forgives you. He says in the Quran, no matter how big your sins are, even if they reach to the skies, I will still forgive you when you come to me and ask for my forgiveness. When you recognize that you are being carved by the Creator who only carves and shows and creates beauty, you realize that in you, all he sees is beauty. And so when he is able to see you as beauty, and you start seeing yourself through the eyes of your Creator, you recognize how precisely he has written your story in a way to give you the best experience so that your soul could evolve and learn the lessons that it's meant to in this life. And by learning those lessons, go through the tests which purify you and make you ascend closer towards your Allah. All the emotions that you feel within your body, when you don't block them, numb them, or escape from them, you are able to connect to your soul. You start feeling your life through and living in a way that pleases your Allah, the one who loves you the most. So when you are clear within yourself that you are the creation of your Creator, who only creates beauty, and he has molded you, which means he has given you attention and intentionally created you, you automatically start seeing your life as that which is a gift from your Creator. And so you start seeing your mistakes as your lesson, and you start accepting that you made a mistake, you needed to learn a lesson, you learned the lesson, and you move forward, ascending towards your Creator, towards light. When you allow yourself to not hold on to your mistakes, because that's not what your Creator wants you to do. If you hold on to your mistakes and don't forgive, you'll always be dragged in this world with the heavy weight on your shoulders, and you won't be able to ascend towards your Creator. You will live in misery and depression and never be able to get out of your shadow side. We need to look at Allah, understand His love, and see Him as Ya Tawwab, He who forgives all your sins, all perceived individual defects that you think you have. He is the one who will forgive you. Once you understand He will forgive you, there is no one on the planet whose forgiveness matters as much as your Creator's. When He is forgiving you, how are you unable to forgive yourself? And when you recognize that you need to learn to heal and forgive yourself, is when you come into self-acceptance. What I did, why I did, how I did it, and I apologize for it. And soon you start healing your subconscious mind through these prayers that you can make, or you can recite Ya Tawwab, Ya Ghafar, Ya Ghafoor also. They are also for the forgiveness. When the forgiveness happens, then the self-acceptance happens. You're okay with all that you've done because you knew that that was part of your story that your Creator had written for you, and you had to learn it. Then you come into self-acceptance, and then you move forward towards your self-love, because you start seeing yourself as the love of your Creator. That who sits there molding you means that every part is looked at. Your story, your personality, the way you speak, the way you see, the way you are, everything is being molded. It's being placed in the right way just for you. And you are never going to get repeated. You never have been repeated. There was never anybody before you like you, and there will never be a person like you ever again. That is the creation of Allah. That is the creativity of our Allah, that He wants us to feel within our bones, within our blood vessels within our cells. He is our creator, the lover, the one who loves us deeply. Please share this video with anybody who you feel struggles with self-acceptance, self-forgiveness, or self-love. It has been a journey getting to where I am today, because I literally used to walk around my house, and I'm sure my sisters can remember me saying, nobody loves me, everybody hates me. This used to be a mantra. That is how unbelievably ridiculous I was as growing up and thinking that nobody loves me, everybody hates me. And maybe that's something that I brought it upon myself and programmed my subconscious brain and was really brutal and became a victim, and finally came into the understanding that it's not anybody's love that I need. What I really need is the love that I am already born and created by my creator. I don't need to be loved. I am love, the love of that who created this universe for me. There cannot be a better lover ever in the world than the one who's created me with so much attention and intention. I'm sending you love, light, and peace, everyone. Enjoy yourselves and have a magical day. You are loved just the way you are, today and always.